Hi everybody, it's Amy at Crafty Cat, and I am back for the hashtag accordion collaboration. All one word, all lowercase. So this collaboration is taking place between myself, Carol Laws, Nancy Piter, Mitzie at 307 Junk Journals, and Linda at Handmade Iowa. So make sure you pop over and check out their channels as well. There's also other people on YouTube that are participating or on Instagram, so make sure you look for this. Like, you can type this into the search, the YouTube search, and videos that are associated with the hashtag will come up, and the same thing over at Instagram. So make sure you check that out and see what the other ladies are doing, because it is quite fun to see what everybody's doing. So I've got two journals on the go at the moment, and I know I've mostly worked on this one with you guys, but I have done the I saw it in Art Journaling magazine. That's what this page was, and then this page I did on my own. It's just one of my pockets and then a journaling card. There's just a little bit of collaging along there, so that's what I have there. So I'm gonna kind of work in both of these as far as I get, because I've kind of got stuff you can probably see laid out in here. I'm gonna start with this one because I think I just have these two pages, and I think it'll go quick. Oh, I wanted to show you guys. I put this piece in here that I made after Mitzie at 307 Junk Journals sent me a different one, not this one. I made this one with all the pink, and so I was like, it goes really well with this journal. So I went ahead and put that in there. And why are we so sticking up in the air here? Oh, it's this. Okay. All right, so you can see I've gotten things together for both of them so that hopefully I can get them both, you know, the parts that I wanted done. So, how are you? How are you? I hope that you're all well. I am doing good. The main kit that I'm using in this pink one is the grungy pink wallpaper, I believe I called this kit. It is in my Etsy shop, and the whole kit is, I think it's 12 pages, is you know, pink, sort of maybe wood looking, just shabby, grungy, whatever you want to call it. So that is what I'm using on the pink one. And then I don't need that yet, I don't think. Oh, I can't remember what I was going to do here. See, I put this stuff together last week, and I should have done the video then, but I was like, I had a bunch of videos saved, and my phone was trying to get the update, and it wouldn't update because there wasn't enough memory, so we had to delete a bunch of stuff and put videos here and there to save them, and I don't know. I just didn't want to film anymore because I was worried I was going to lose one. So, yeah, that was kind of a pain. Especially when I have ideas and I want to get stuff done. I wish it would have worked for, you know, that. I was going to put book page up there. That's what I was going to do. I just won't glue the top down quite yet. I need to say hugs and blessings to Fern, Pat, Nikki, Tamara, and Tracy. Thank you guys so much for always watching and always leaving very kind comments. I really appreciate you guys. And welcome to new subscribers, and welcome back to those of you that have been with me for a long time or a short time. And I thank my friends that are doing this collaboration with me. I love you guys, and I just love to see what everybody's making. Like, Carol's doing a different style of accordion journal, and that's awesome. And everybody's using different papers and things, and it's just cool, and I love to see it. So I thank you, ladies. You guys are so awesome. So good to me. I appreciate it. I got that a little close, didn't I? Probably should just leave it alone, but you know, I can't ever leave it alone. Oh, and Catherine was asking me about the hype button, and some of you may have seen this either on my channel or somebody else's channel. What I found out about that is that YouTube is doing that for smaller creators with less than 500,000 subscribers, which, yeah, I'm a whole lot less than that. But anyways, when you click on hype, and I think you can only hype like 3 videos a week or something like that. I don't really know that part, but it helps the small channels. So the more hypes a video gets, the better that video will do. Like YouTube pushes it out in the algorithm more. So I would very much appreciate it if you do get asked if you want to hype the video, if you wouldn't mind doing that, because that definitely could help my channel. And I understand some people watch on TV and you can't do all the things as easily and all that. I get it. Like, I'm just saying, if it's not a imposition or, you know, something you can't do or not sure how to do or whatever, then don't worry about it. But if you see it and you would like to click on it, it doesn't like cost you anything or anything like that. I hyped Gail's video the other day, Gail Augustinelli. So, because I just didn't know what it was. So I tried it on hers because it came up on hers when I was over there. And that worked great and no problem. And I think it worked for her. I don't know. But anyways, you just click on it, and I guess the more people that hype the same video, the more it gets pushed out in the algorithm. So that's what it is. I guess they did that for the smaller channels because we just don't, I mean, there's just no way we can compete with people that have like, even 100,000 subscribers is completely unheard of for, usually for craft channels. There are some that are pretty darn close, but I mean, I'm not anywhere near close to that. So 500,000 is like, yeah, that'll probably never happen. So definitely do it. And it doesn't have to, not just my channel. Like if you have another person that you like their videos and stuff, go hype their videos. You know, I'm totally for that for small channels because we need all the help we can get. So that's what that is. And then over here, I'm going to do one of these hinged guest checks for some extra writing space, because I'll cover that with some type of writing paper. And then I've just got all these bits and pieces, and I can't remember exactly what I was going to do. So we'll just see what we get here. All right. See, that's the bad part when I plan too far ahead. Sorry, I have paper seriously glued to my finger there. But yeah, so that's that. And I wanted to make sure I told you guys that because Catherine asked, but I'm sure other people may have had the same question because I did mention it, but you know, I didn't really know when I first was talking about it what in the world it was, really. So I wonder if this is just going to crack. Did not. So I'm going to turn this into a hinge for this, and I only need it as long as this piece right here. I don't need it any longer. Because that's just how we're going to hook the guest check and this together, and then this guest check will become a pocket, but we need to cover the back of that first, right? Yes. Oh my goodness. I could use a piece of this. This is just that, it's that gray packing paper that's like, I think they call it newsprint, you know, without the newsprint on it. It's just the paper that you can use for packing. It's kind of gray, but when you leave it in the window, it turns that yellow color that like looks like it's got a patina on it. And then I just splattered it with gold acrylic paint and water, you know, watered down. Because I thought that's kind of pretty, and yeah, it just looks like kind of old paper. Yeah, of course it won't go that way. But yeah. So that is what's happening around here. Nothing very exciting, which is fine. My daughter is in Utah. She went to a concert. by the time you guys see this, she'll be back. But anyway. And my son's going to school and working. That's his life right now. That's what it exists of. So, but it's good for him. He enjoys his, what he's going to school for, so that's good. That is important. If you're going to spend the rest of your life doing it, it's good if you enjoy it when you're going to school. And he's going into, it's like computer programming, basically. And I don't even know all the things he can do. I mean, he's told me, but half the time our conversations, I don't even totally know what he's talking about exactly. But he can do like gaming or make websites for companies, or, all that kind of stuff. He reads code and he writes code. And that's what makes computers do what they do. So it's a lot of jobs that you can get doing that. This is that's my Spill and Tea digital that has those collages and those neutrals like that, the cards. I just liked it because it was a nice neutral background, and it was already printed out in amongst all of my scraps and junk that I was telling you guys about. Files of digitals printed already. So I thought it goes pretty good with this. Pretty good, pretty good. I really hope that isn't going to split. I'm a little worried that it is. So I think I'm going to put just a little piece of cicada wing paper over it, almost like tape. Because this stuff is super thin, but, it's going to just add more fibers and glue and stuff. So I think it helps when you have that old paper that cracks. Plus it just adds another something on there that looks kind of cool. Because it looks a little bit like the old tape. It's very sticky though because it's porous. So just know that. Okay, so now you can write on the back of that. You can write on the guest check. It turns into a nice little flippity-doo. So we'll glue that all down on the back there because we don't want it in the way of that pocket that guest check will become. Yeah, I love what the other ladies are making. It's just so fun to see what everybody does. Some things we do the same, some things we do different. Like I had to laugh the other day because Carol and I did this page on my own. I didn't do it with you guys. Where is it? That thing just wants to go all wacky. Oh, these girls. I glued these girls on just their feet so that they're a tuck for that card. And then Carol was doing something similar in hers, so I told her we are doing some things the same, even though we're doing very different as well. So that's just fun to see when we happenstance, to do something similar, not trying. A little pink behind this one. Since it's mostly the old paper. Beautiful day here today. I went and walked. It was 38 this morning when I walked, but it wasn't bad at all because there was no wind. The wind blew all weekend, so that wasn't super fantastic, but the wind wasn't blowing this morning, sun was shining, so it didn't feel bad at all. I did not walk Saturday morning because it was blowing, 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 and that drives me out of my mind when it gets like that. It is not fun. And I'll ink in between there. Just kind of making a border for this to set on top of. Oops. Yeah, we didn't do a whole lot this weekend. I'm filming this on Monday, so a lot of you are probably like, yeah, you already told us this stuff. That's the only thing. When I do that, when I film ahead. So I think those are all the things I needed to remember to tell you guys about. And as always, if you can, you know, if you're not subscribed, if you like the videos, please subscribe. And any comments, I answer my comments. That is always, always helpful. Again, not just to my channel. Any channel that you watch regularly. It's helpful. I can't even imagine having like 500,000 subscribers. That is wild. I know that's a lot of the sort of podcasty type ones that get that, but news and that kind of thing. But man, that is wild. So that's gonna go there like that. Another, this one, these numbers. This was gifted to me, so I'm not sure exactly like where it came from or anything. I do like that letter there. So maybe I'll just do like a piece and then I'll do another piece or something. Something like that. Hush is asleep on a pile of blankets in my daughter's room. She has a window seat in her room and her quilt is folded up, set there, and another blanket, I think. He's just happy as a little lark because the sun's coming in and he's got a soft spot to lay on. As all the pets like, big or small. He's been doing pretty good. I told my husband last night because he was chasing me around the living room. Every night at 10 o'clock when we go to bed, basically, he wants to chase and bite our ankles and act like a screwball. It's like, what is it about 10 o'clock at night, dude? He was just sleeping next to me on the couch, and then I got up to go to bed and playtime all of a sudden. But yeah, so he's definitely feeling better, even though his nose is still all congested, no matter what I do. So that will turn into a pocket. I made a whole, just the base of a Christmas journal, and I messed it up. I thought my plan would work, but it did not, so had to scrap that one. I mean, it's just paper, but I totally know it's so aggravating, and it doesn't happen very often where I have to just, yeah, that's not gonna work. I can usually like figure something out, but it's it's definitely not gonna work. I was trying to do the whole, what are these called? These things where you glue stuff on the tabs, which that part all worked fine, but what I did not do was plan very well, and I didn't have a piece to glue down. I ended up just having the tabs, and I tried to add to it and stuff, and it, yeah, anyway, it didn't work, so that was a bummer. Okay, so this and this are going to become a tuck over here. And this piece of paper is from my Paint and Play digital download. It kind of looks like, well, I mean, it is a word search, but it's fun to use. It's kind of like having the page of numbers and all that. I like that stuff. And put that with it and have it as a tuck over here. I don't know if we're going to get to the other one. See, I have all these grandiose plans, but it is usually too much for one video. But we'll see. But at least this way you get to see a little bit from each journal, each accordion journal being made. I don't know how I ended up doing two. Oh, I wanted to tell you guys, you gotta watch Carol's video if you want to know how to do these, because she did a little quick tutorial. It wasn't this last video, but the one before that. And I'll try to remember to link it. But anyway, she did a tutorial, and then I did it that afternoon, and I figured out how I did this. Essentially what it is, it's a whole file folder, as you guys saw. If you start tearing at the halfway point and then go up, you get that even because you started at the halfway point, and then the two halved points come together. That's where you hook them together. Anyway, I can't even see where I just did that. Oh, it's right here. This, see, so if they were both the same size, they would come together, and then the stack turns out better, which is what I did for this one without even realizing. Because this first one that I just did this in like 10 minutes. I tore it, was like, oh, that's not hard. I told the ladies how I did it, basically. But then I couldn't reproduce it, so I was doing it wrong the second time. So, anyways, yeah, it can be done. I think I was going to put her over here in the tuck. And that's one of JoeyCardmaker's photographs from his, I think it's the vintage, they're Victorian images, basically. Anyway, vintage ladies, I think. He has gentlemen, too. Am I going to end up gluing this? I need to pay attention to what I'm doing here. Oh, yeah, I don't need that very tippity top with glue. But yeah, she showed, and I did it, and it worked. So it was just, I was being a goof, and I could not figure out what I did the first time, because I just did it real quick and was happy with it, and was like, this will work. But then when people tried to reproduce it, it didn't work. So figured it out. Start at the halfway, tear up, flip the file folder top over and connect them where they're the same size. And it works. Because I did it again and it worked. So that is going over there. So you can take her out right on the back. You have all this to write on there. And then over here, we're going to decorate this up. This is from my Bourbon Rose kit. I think I was going to go something like this. That's from the Paint and Play. Yeah. I don't know why I just couldn't wrap my head around it after I did it the first time. Sometimes I don't know about myself. Totally thought I had it down, but I didn't. I might, well, maybe what I'll do is I'll glue this down entirely, and I will make this into a tuck, because it's that kind of heavy card. I think I got that at, that's one of those Hobby Lobby pieces. One of their Paper Studio or whatever kits. So I think I'll put it about like something like that. So that'll be stuck down. It won't have any impact whatsoever. And kind of the same with the rose. And I ended up accidentally tearing the bottom off of this rose previously, not in doing this journal, and I just kept it and figured it'll get used somewhere. Sure enough, it always does happen like that. Turn it a little bit this way. My husband's been painting some. He likes to do, like, I've told you guys before, but if you haven't always watched me, they're like those figurines you 3D print and then you paint them yourself. He likes doing that, like Dungeons and Dragons sort of things, or like our daughter, and he did a mushroom, like a little mushroom village thing. So yeah, just all those sort of fantasy things that you can 3D print and then paint. So he's been working on those again. That's what he did all morning. I like it when he does stuff like that because it's not a project. So it's kind of nice sometimes. I mean, I don't mind doing projects, but you know, it's hard when I'm doing this kind of stuff and then there's projects. So I like it when he does the artistic stuff. Just makes my life easier. Okay, I think that was all I was going to do for that one. Then I'll have to make a card to go in there, but that's not a big deal. And I don't know if I'm going to put anything on there. I may like add a little something. I'm just looking at this thinking maybe I want this. One of these on here just as a little decorative bit, but also to help, you know, these perforations can come apart on these. And that wouldn't be fantastic if that happened, so I think I might glue that across the perforation, but just have it as a tuck. I cut that a little short. Why? But it'll be a cute little, just a little tuck for a little something or another. this little card in there. It's good. I love this side. I love the color for this journal. I'm not crazy about that, so I might end up covering the bunnies. I know they're cute, but, and then it could just be a little writing bit. But it's vintage. That's a vintage card. So I'm just going to set it there for now. Yeah, I like that, All right. Okay, so there's that one. And how long was that? 30 minutes roughly. So let's see if we can get a page or so done in this one now. Tried to set stuff out so that it would be faster, but it seems there's always something. I actually have multiple pages in this one ready to go. I don't know what I want to do with that yet. This was going to go on this side. Oh, I know. I was going to put this piece up at the top. Okay. So I'm just going to tear it a little shorter. It's not going to be this, you know, you've seen me do the edge the whole time here. Just try to get something up there, and then I worry about tearing it or whatever after the fact. And the older paper works better for that. So that's why I keep using the older paper. I did forget to do this on the last one, but that's okay. It worked out fine. And then I just put the glue on the bottom part of this. And figure one way or another it'll get some glue on it. Hopefully. That's the goal. Okay, and then I'll put this piece. And this is a piece from I think this is Deserted. Yeah. The original, not the add-on. Oh, come on. I'm just going to leave that bottom. Oopsie. Yeah, it's been super fun having Carol back. I mean, I love crafting with all the ladies, but Carol, you know, had a lot going on this summer, and so she wasn't around a lot, and I do miss her when she's not making videos. I mean, I still chat with her on Instagram and all that, but it's just fun when she's making videos. So it's been nice kind of having her back more regular, and I'm sure you guys feel the same. I do feel bad for her and her hubby about their doggy, Bonnie, Miss Bonnie. It's the hard part about pets. You get so used to them being around that it's just so difficult when they aren't. I'm just going to put this little piece of music paper up there because that's a little bit boring. Because I know for a long time after Jules, our calico, or tortie, however you're supposed to say those, she passed, and forever you're like thinking you see him out of the corner of your eye and all that, and Carol was talking about that, and it's so true because you just get so used to them being there. I think even Pasha was doing it a little bit. I'm gonna let that dry some before I try to tear that off. Okay, and then I have a pocket that I want to put right here, and that's one of my pockets, and I think this one's in the old stuff because it's not a very big one. I kind of did some little things in there just so that if you're doing a small journal, you've got some little pockets too, because the bigger size ones won't fit on these pages. I mean, I try to give a variety whenever I do them, but these small ones are nice for these little journals. So you can write on the top. Whoa, that just slid all over the place. And then I'm going to put both of these little cards in there. I got to back them with something so they're a little stronger. But I don't have to do that right this minute. But those will go in there, and that gives you a little bit more writing. And then, I don't know what I was doing with that. Oh, I probably was glued that wrong. Anyway, here's another one of these. And I thought this would be fun to do like the one from Mitzie, but just have one that opens and then it opens. So a little bit different than the last guest check that I just did. Just a little bit. But I want to put something else on here because I don't like the color of this. I don't like the white. So I think I'll use this really because it's nice and thin. I have these in the garage now. He's probably going to enjoy the sunshine. He opens up the garage and sometimes sits on the driveway. We have a backyard, but it's, what is it? North facing? Yeah, north facing. So it gets shade all day, which is awesome when it's 100 degrees. But when it's 50 degrees, the front's better. That is an understatement. Okay. It's supposed to be a bone folder that was gifted to me, but I like to use it like that too because it works really well. So yeah, if you have any of that newsprint paper, just put it in a window and let it get some sunshine. And it becomes very nice, patinaed looking paper, and it's not super thick, so it's great for like collaging or whatever, backing things. Nice to write on. Whatever you like. So I'm going to glue that onto this, and other than that, I'm not going to worry about it because that's a great spot to write. I wish that wouldn't have wrinkled right there, but that's one thing with thin paper. It does what it wants, when it wants. So I'm trying to decide now. Do I want it? I'm just going to glue it all the way down because I don't think I need it. Gets thick enough, and enough's enough, right? But you could turn it into yet another pocket. I love that book page because it's old and looks old. And all that was a glue page that I glued on, folded in half. That's all that is back there. And then you just hinge it onto a guest check. So couldn't get any easier than that. And then that. And then on that, we're going to put some things. We need to kind of collage behind here again like we did for the last one. Not quite as much. There's not a whole lot you're going to see, but we'll put a little bit of stuff back there. even across the bottom with the wrong scissors for that. Does not need much. Just gotta find a not glue spot. Will that be good for there? Yep. And then we can put something across there. I prefer something old that will tear easy. Just kind of want something on it. There's not a big enough scrap. That purr was loud. Or it's just, I'm quiet right now. I'll fix all those later. You know, the tops, you've seen me do it. It's quite easy to do. Put another piece of this down the side. That's not gonna work. It's so fragile that it's just like disintegrating. Disintegrating on me. I love what Mitzie's doing for this one because she went with the, I think I called it 1700s or 1800s coloring book. That's like one of my first digitals, but anyway, and it's very neutral what she's done, and it looks really cool. And then Linda's doing Christmas, so that is cool. Nancy's doing kind of a spooky, of course. Our friend Nancy loves the spook, which is awesome because she does an awesome job at it. I mean, amazing stuff that she comes up with. I'm like, how did you think of that? But she's definitely good at that. That's her jam. And I love the front window she did on the pocket for her accordion journal. Looks like an old broken window with a ghost in it. Oh, and the ghosts were so cool because they're like these Tim Holtz people, but she sanded them just a tiny bit and then put vellum over them. They definitely look like ghosts. So definitely check that out if you haven't yet, because it's very cool. So this one's going to be the same thing. Glue across the top, side, bottom, 3 sides. Now the neighbor's running the old cart. All morning I was in here and it was quiet. I should have done a video first, but I had to mail a few things and get some stuff done, and so I didn't. But now I'm gonna pay for it. He fixes old cars and motorcycles and quads and all of that, so it's always some machine running over there. Do I want any of this? If I do, I need like a longer piece. Always some kind of machine. I love all the Tim Holtz kids. They're always so cute. Cute, cute. They don't look super happy, but they're adorable. I might just let it kind of hang over like that too. I like that. So I just won't put glue, if I remember here, on that very edge that kind of hangs over. That's a motorcycle. I don't know. I thought I had a card ready to go in the back of that other one too. I must have done something with it in the pocket, but I'll figure it out. I have one for this one ready to go. Cute. Oh, and then I have one of my this and that labels from my shop that I wanted to put over here. So those are sort of the same, but also different. Those two guest check pockets. And same thing with this one. I didn't have a plan. Oh, you can see I hinged this one on the inside. The other one's hinged on the outside. That's just personal preference. Doesn't make any difference where you hinge them. No difference. Maybe, I won't be able to make a tuck out of it, but I do like that. But I don't know if I want to cut that one. That one could be cut and could be a pocket. So let's go with that one. Oh, I forgot to cover that. Well, I'll do that. I will do that. Tuck that in there. That's in the secondhand store, digital, and that is from my friend Fern, who took a picture. I believe it was Fern, right? If I'm wrong, correct me, but I'm pretty sure it was Fern. Took a picture and sent it to me. It was a old chalkboard in a tree house, I think you said, Fern. But anyway, cool picture. Love it. Perfect for that kit. And I kind of needed like one more something in that kit. So then what I'm making is a... Uh-oh, did I glue this too close? Oh, no. Is a tag or journal card to go in here. I'll have to round the corners because it's not wanting to go. And I'm going to have paper like this in the shop. I just haven't had a chance to get that digital done. I'm working on another, kind of like the paint and play. A little bit. It's like a paint and play 2 or something. Sorry, I don't know what I was thinking. I need to back that, but I'm not doing it right this minute. I'll do it later. Anyway, I don't have it finished, so, but that's where that comes from. Cannot grab the glue stick. It jumped away from me twice. It doesn't want to play anymore. It's had it. This is from the paint and play. Okay, I have a bird. Maybe if I can pick it up. Put this. I keep forgetting that that's on that paint chip, that little spot, and I always want it to come off. And then I thought this might be fun. What else do I have here? I don't think I had a plan. I just put some things out because I was like, this. Like this. Yeah, I think that will work. Yeah, those bits of color are just kind of fun. I don't know, I like those a lot. And then you can take like a pen. What do I do with my pen? Oh my word, I just had one here. I could do it in gold. Let's just do it in gold. Just to go around these. That just kind of frames them out. I mean, it doesn't have to be done, but my friend Betty Ann told me about these. I'll show you in a minute. They're called Pandafly Gold Gel Pens 1.0. Best ever. There's white, silver, and gold in the box. They are amazing. Stick my finger in it. I mean, look at that. That just like rolls right on there, no problem whatsoever. And I'll bring it up closer. Just let me get these things glued on. Pandafly. Pandafly. Yeah, Pandafly. I ordered mine on Amazon. I don't know where else you can get them, but they're so cool. So thank you, Betty Ann, for that one. That was a great find. Always looking for good pens and things. Paint pens. It'll go over stuff and not... Some of them are so finicky. Like, I love Sharpies, but they drive me nuts. Because if there's any dampness whatsoever to the paper, they won't work at all. And like poster board, they won't work at all. It just drives me out of my mind. So those kind of things I don't like, because when you're creating, it's like, I just want it to work. Crazy, right? I know. But I know a lot of those things, it's not what they're made for. I get it. But it's a pen that you're, especially the Sharpies, because it's like, that's... Just work. That's all I can say. Some labels. I think these are Artie Mae's. I think. Part of a playing card there. I'm not even gonna mess with it. I'm just gonna ink it, and I think it'll be fine. It's little enough. None of it makes sense, and I don't care. I'll probably stitch around it and put some kind of fabric pull on it. What am I doing? I'm looking for the corner rounder. Just reaching over in that direction. I don't even know why. Oh, I gotta back this. That's all right. I will do that. Preferable to back it first, but... So that one has its card. The other one does not. Did I make that too big? Kind of, oh no, there it goes. Like I thought it fit in there. All right, so ignore all that. It's not ready yet. It's not done yet. We did that one. Oh, I forgot to show you the bird up close. I'll show it to you. The bird card. With the pen writing on there. Pandafly, Pandafly. Best, 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 best. Okay, that is that one. All ready to go. And then we did our pink one. Where is it? What page? Which page? This one. Open. I have a card, and I don't have a card in there yet, but I'll get there. So anyway, I hope you guys are enjoying this whole hashtag accordion collaboration, and I hope you check out the other ladies. There will be links in the description box below so that you can click on them and go right to their channel. It may not take you to this specific video, but you should be able to find them once you're at their channel, because it'll be more of a new video that they're doing. And then please, please, please do hype. If you see the hype thing come up, hype. It doesn't cost you anything. It just helps the channel. So on anybody's, it's just a good thing. So have a fantastic rest of your day, and we'll chat again soon. Love ya. Bye.